Hello, music lovers. It's the Old Dog Songwriter here, talking to you about a song I wrote called Fallen Heroes. Now, I wrote this song in 2020, in the early stages of the terrible COVID pandemic, when we were all shut in our homes and couldn't go out. We had no treatment, no vaccine for the virus. Now, I'm a retired nurse, and I worked for many years at SUNY Downstate Hospital in central Brooklyn. I was in contact with my friends and co-workers in the hospital, and I was hearing stories about the fear they were experiencing, the courage they had to keep going to work day after day after day, and of course, the terrible losses that we suffered from our workers, our hospital workers, who lost their lives to the COVID. Well, I began writing songs for my friends to celebrate them and to encourage them. And I was very lucky to have a number of very talented singers and musicians in the neighborhood who could help me put together these songs. Because there was no treatment and no vaccine for the virus at the time, we couldn't all be together here in my apartment or in the recording studio at the same time. So the singers would come in one or two at a time, and I'd have a piano track laid down, and they would put in or lay down their vocal track, and then a second vocalist would add a vocal harmony, and we did that one at a time through the songs. Then once we had all of the vocals recorded, I carried my laptop in the neighborhood down the street to the bass player's apartment. I handed it over to him across the doorway, and he laid down the bass tracks. When the bass player was done, I took my laptop back and I carried it over to the drummer, who lived in another part of the neighborhood. He laid down the drum tracks. And meanwhile, when they were working on the bass and the drum, I sent out the basic vocals and piano to a violin player, and the violinist laid down violin tracks. So eventually, I assembled all of these tracks together, and I sent it out to a sound engineer in Los Angeles who mixed and mastered the songs. And you know, I do believe that working on these songs through 2020 into 2021 helped us get through the COVID pandemic. And hopefully it encouraged our friends in the hospital to let them know that we were behind them. Now, for you musicians and composers in the audience, I bet you noticed that the song is written in a pentatonic scale. And the pentatonic is kind of a bare bones, austere kind of scale. It's popular in Celtic music, and it can have a kind of a melancholy tone to it. And so I decided to write the song in that scale because I really felt that it fit the mood that we were all going through, and especially those who were going to work, what they were going to, the courage that they had and the fear that they felt going into work every day. So check out the music, see if you agree that the composition fits the lyrics. Fallen Heroes. Tim Sheard here, the Old Dog Songwriter with Mighty Rivers Music. Enjoy.
Fallen Heroes.